Okay, picture this for a movie. Do you remember that old show Green Acres? The one where the city folks moved to the country? All right, now imagine a modern, hilarious reboot starring the one and only Cardi B and the legendary Mike Epps. So, here's the setup. Cardi and Mike are this high-profile celebrity couple living that crazy, fast-paced city life. But things get a little too intense, maybe some drama, some burnout, and they need to escape. They decide to go completely off the grid, hide out on a secluded farm for some much-needed recovery. Now you know this is where the fun begins. Imagine Cardi B, with her nails, her style, her everything, trying to adjust to country life. Waking up to roosters instead of sirens, trading designer bags for feed bags. And Mike Epps, trying to be the man of the farm. But he's probably more scared of the cows than they are of him. The two of them, trying to figure out how to milk a cow or drive a tractor, is comedy gold right there. They're constantly bickering. But you can see they're also rediscovering why they fell for each other in the first place, away from all the noise. But it's not just about them and the farm animals. The town they moved to is filled with the most eccentric characters you can imagine. The local sheriff? It has to be Bruce. He's the law, but he's more interested in the town gossip and the best place for barbecue. And his deputy? Get this. He's a sleepy-eyed dude who's secretly an undercover weed farmer, just trying to keep his operation low-key while pretending to enforce the law. Then you've got this wild group of retired ladies who live in the town. They're feisty, they're flirty, and they are absolutely fascinated by the new celebrity couple. They're always trying to set Cardi up with their grandsons or give Mike unsolicited and probably terrible farming advice. They're basically the town's social committee, and they miss nothing. The social scene in this town is something else. There's no fancy club, but there are two rival bars. One is a classic moonshine joint run by some old-timers who've been making this stuff for generations. The other is a surprisingly trendy Asian bar, run by a family who decided to bring a little bit of the city to the middle of nowhere. Imagine Cardi and Mike trying to navigate the politics between the moonshine drinkers and the craft cocktail crowd. And you can't have a country town without some mystery. So, there are these old miners hanging around, always talking about a legendary hidden treasure somewhere in the hills. Are they just crazy old guys, or is there some truth to their stories? Maybe Cardi and Mike get roped into a treasure hunt, thinking it's a joke at first, but then things get real. Through all this chaos, the weird neighbors, the farming mishaps, the small-town drama, Cardi and Mike have to rely on each other. They're stripped of their fame, their entourage, their comfort zones. It's just them against this bizarre new world. And in the process of surviving this town, they start to remember what it means to be a team. They fall back in love, not as celebrities, but as two people who are just trying to find their way. So, it's a story about love, about culture clash, and about finding yourself in the last place you'd ever expect. It's Green Acres for a new generation, with a killer soundtrack and laughs that would just not stop. Tell me you wouldn't watch that. I think it would be an absolute blockbuster. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.